Hey everyone, so today I'm doing a new style of video. I've always wanted to do like a speed paint with me talking over, but I never really knew what to do it about. So I decided to start with drawing my human versions of the Wings of Fire characters, specifically the Dragonets of Destiny. I kind of redesigned them because looking back, my designs weren't the most amazing thing in the world. Specifically Clay. I hated Clay's design so much, I struggled with it. And so I decided to rework it. I still don't know if I'm completely satisfied with it. It's a bit simple, but I think it's better than the original. So I started drawing this perspective sort of thing, and I don't really draw perspective art because I suck at it. And in the end, it looks a little wonky, but it's not the worst thing I've seen, but I definitely need to work on perspective art. So with Clay's design, I wanted to give him curly hair and, I don't know, make him look like a big older brother who works all the time to keep his family and siblings safe. I don't really know what I was going for his design. I know one thing I wanted to aim for was make him sort of the opposite of what I make other mudwing humans look like, because I imagine that mudwings would wear a lot of layers to protect them from the gallons of mud they live in. And so, since he didn't grow up with that, I sort of gave him like loose clothes and not a lot of it to make him, I don't know, contrast. I don't really know. And then with Tsunami, I hate her original hair. I don't know what was going on in the back there. Like, what is that? What am I looking at? And so, I don't know. I just made it spiky now. Kind of like Vi from Arcane, but, you know, a ponytail and blue. I was also looking at her, like, hand wrap things, and I realized it's not covering her knuckles, which is like the whole point of the hand wraps, and I just didn't do that in the original, and I have no idea why. With Tsunami's clothes, I got rid of a lot of the random patterns. They were just excessive, and I added patterns to make it look more complicated, but it just looked off. The next person was Glory. I like her original design, but it never really gave Glory vibes. It sort of just felt like a pretty woman. I sort of imagined Glory going through a phase of being like, well, I'm going to cut off my hair, even if you don't want me to cut off my hair. So I gave her short, curly hair, and I covered her in a lot of layers of cloth, because I imagine that she's like those kids at school who always wear like big baggy hoodies, except they don't have hoodies in this world. I did keep a lot of elements from Glory's original design, though. And then for Sunny, I like her original design. It's probably like the only one I actually like, except this time I gave her big pants. I got rid of the skirt and the leggings because it just seemed like too much was going on in her design, so I sort of simplified it. She got big pants. And then with Starflight, I gave him a sweater because he's a little shy nerd and I wear sweaters and I'm a little shy nerd. I also gave him glasses, just reading glasses. I feel like that's a very stereotypical nerd thing to do, but I don't know, it just sort of fit, although it kind of does make him look old. I also gave him a funky, like, Karen-looking haircut. I don't know if that actually fits whatsoever, but the original design, it didn't give Starflight vibes. He just looked like a random dude who happened to have bandages on his eyes. I don't know. I don't like the original design. I struggled with that one too. Also, while drawing, like, coloring it, and after I finished coloring, I realized that Clay in the middle is very off-centered. One shoulder's way longer and wider than the other one, so I fixed it at some point. One thing I want to point out with Tsunami's design is that she has like this blue paint on her face, and I imagine, like, I sort of incorporated that in because it's like, for the Sea Wing culture I made up, they have a lot of like body tattoos. And I imagine she like saw that in books and stuff and wanted to have that as well, so she like painted like temporary tattoos on herself all the time to try and be a part of that. The only thing I really liked about Starflight's original design was this little green tie. It wasn't there when I was first sketching him, but then I sort of was looking at the other one and I kind of liked it, so I put it back on. It just looks random and messy, and I feel like that fits Starflight's vibe a lot. With Sunny, one thing I don't like about, she looks kind of huge in the background. She doesn't look perspectively, I don't know if that's a word, correct? Her head is like twice the size of Glory's, but I didn't really fix it. I don't know why. I guess I'm just lazy. So I think overall I improved everyone's designs, and they actually give off the character vibes, and it doesn't just look like a bunch of random characters. I don't know if I completely like Starflight's or any of them, but I like them more than the originals probably. So yeah, I don't know if you guys like this style of content, but I've always wanted to get into it. So if you guys like this style, let me know and I'll probably do more. I just need to come up with more ideas. I might design the jade winglet next. I'll probably redesign the jade winglet. Anyway, bye!